Instagram shut us down.
Yep.
I am gonna cry.
I'm gonna beat up somebody for you, okay?
An attack, you can feel it. It it hurts.
Do not be a victim of any kind. That is the worst thing that you can do, is just...
We are 7 friends with the same purpose of creating happy, stable, valuable women in our society. We want to help you, our communities, and the planet. Because if it happened to us, it probably happened to you too. So stay tuned because we're officially on season 2. Dani, tell us, what are we going to talk about today on our first episode of season 2?
The topic for today is what to do when happens. Very, very interesting thing that happened to us literally a week ago. Not even,
like 2 days ago.
Yeah. 2 days ago.
We have this big purpose of helping women in our society and in the world. And we just started our show maybe a month and a half ago. We opened our Instagram, our YouTube, and we were like so excited. We were getting followers. And as we're getting ready to start season 2, guys, Instagram shut us down.
Yep.
We lost our account, vanished just like that.
When that happened, at first I was like, But then I was like, this is good. I was like, yes, we made it. We made it. So it was kind of just like reigniting that purpose. And I was like, man, we are actually getting to a point where other people are starting to hate. So I'm like, I think our topics are great. What we're doing is great. Our purpose is great. So I'm like, let them come.
One time happened to me that my Instagram started to delete all pictures.
Oh.
Like somebody go into my account.
Oh, wow.
All my pictures, I have thousands of pictures.
Wow.
In that moment, my business and my Instagram was growing super fast. But somebody, and started to do those things. But I sent a message to Instagram, they recovered all the pictures.
Oh, wow. But it does take somebody that sees someone or a group doing good and wants to go and attack and wants to go and shut that down. And that is very interesting. And we all said the same thing. It was a sign of success.
I think it's also a reminder of how some people gave up, There's so many people who want to do a podcast or want to open a business or want to do something, but they don't do it. And then you being able to do it and having the resilience to overcome all the obstacles that come with it, because they're big obstacles. It's a reminder for them how they couldn't do it and they gave up.
At the beginning, of course, it takes you like a moment to process, but then I was like, this is good because it means we're doing good. Even if they get triggered by us,
we're still causing an effect.
Exactly. It's just because if we weren't doing good, people don't even pay attention to it.
Exactly.
So it was
what do you want to say, Dani?
No, I'm just listening. I was just pissed off.
You wanted to throw the chair.
Here's the thing. Like, things happen every single day. Happens every single day. And like, maybe your account has not been hacked. It's not fun. Maybe they haven't, reported your account. But things happen every single day. People get sick. People get in accidents. Somebody's, mom gets in an accident. Like, things happen all the time. Your brother this, your mom this. Like, at work, for me, I have to pivot every single time. So here's the thing. Whatever happens to you, yes, you can be pissed off. You could be sad. You could be like, whatever, right? But do not be a victim. That is the worst thing that you can do, is just do not be a victim of any kind. Just handle the situation, because you have to handle it. You cannot just ignore and be like, well, this is great signs. You have to handle it. What did we do? We right away,
Knowledge. That was the first thing that we did.
Yeah.
We need to be, how can we prevent this from happening again? Immediately I thought of knowledge, responsibility, and control. Like, these are things that we've all learned through our courses. And I said, okay, we need to learn what Meta wants, what Instagram wants, because obviously if somebody can just shut down the account like that, how are we responsible for this? Because we are never going to give power to the haters or to the person that was attacking us. And that's what Dani's saying. Don't be a victim, because when you're a victim, you give that person that had a bad intention, you give them power. You cannot give power to a person who has bad intentions.
One thing that I would say that all of us have learned to do is that we take responsibility for whatever happens in the world.
Yeah.
And sometimes you're like, but how can I be responsible for the traffic
or the rain?
Somehow you were in that situation. You have control. You were the cause. Like you made these things happen. And it's better to be at that point than being like affected by something, by the universe, by your family, by your friends, by whatever happens. Like you just need to be like, okay, how did I cause that? And once you do that, and why did this happen? Like if you really find out like why did this happen, we were like, okay, well this happened because we didn't connect the blah blah. Well, this happened because of that. Okay, well once you know why, then you make a policy to never do that again, and you will never have that problem ever again.
Yeah.
It's just when you're like ignore it and accidents and this, it's like, well.
Or sometimes people just go like, well, then I guess it's not meant to be. Imagine if we were a group, if we were a group that was weak.
Yeah.
And our purpose wasn't so big. We were like,
wouldn't be talking
so
to you
much
guys.
work, so much investment, so much time. Maybe it's not meant to be. It is really a sign of success when you start to get, unfortunately, on planet Earth, when you start to get attacks, it is a sign of success because, like you said, we're getting attention, and we're gonna get good attention, we're gonna get bad attention. But we did do that, and I think all of us in the first few minutes, we were like, okay, let's try to get it back. Let's do this. And then Instagram was like, no. What did the message say?
Do not attempt. I was like, how dare you? I want to attempt.
It's gone.
Yeah.
How crazy that they say do not attempt. Like how suppressive is that? How like people like they just wanna do not attempt, don't do anything, just stay.
You lost it.
I think that something amazing that we did was, and that people don't do most of the time when they go into a situation of emergency, was most people retreat, right? They retreat, they hold back, they get scared, they're like, oh my God, I screwed it, whatever, the world is to blame. But what we did, we just got into production like that.
Yes.
The first thing we did was production. Promotion.
Create a new one.
Everybody know that this happened. We did stories. We opened the new one. We started posting on the new one. It was like so quick.
Yeah.
That when I put the story, I had a lot of people were like, "Oh my God, yes, let me follow again." Like, that's crazy. We support you. I received so much love out of others that I was like, "Oh my God, this is great. Like what we're doing is making a change, and it's beautiful." So I think that's so powerful.
Yeah, I love that. If you're doing the right thing and you have the right message, you will 100% have more love than hate.
Yeah.
And something that we've learned from our mentors is that the haters are fans that are just confused.
Haters gonna hate.
Because they're the ones that watch you the most. They're the ones that right now at their house like this. What are they gonna say? They're gonna make a mistake, and they're watching you more in more detail than your fans. So they're fans. So they're just confused, right? What else are we gonna talk about today? Because I feel like from this we can go on so many topics.
Yes.
Flourish and prosper.
That is the solution. Let's talk about the solution.
Yes. So let's go over the definition and then go from there, because so we have our chats, obviously, right? Our group chat is a vibe. I'm just gonna say that. It's a total vibe. And first between like the executives, we knew what was happening. It was a few of us and we were trying to, fix it. Once Instagram said, do not attempt. Then I said, okay, you know what? Let's start fresh. We cannot wait for Instagram, because the people were like, you can submit 50, what are they called? The dispute appeals, and you can, just persist. You can pay people to get the account back. I was like, I'm not waiting. Waiting is a very, very not good thing to do, right? You cannot wait.
4-letter word.
Yeah, do not wait. I do not like waiting. So when we brought the news to the bigger chat, we were all like, okay, yeah, what do we do? Production. And then Stephanie was like, send us a good reminder. And this is from a book called The Way to Happiness by L. Ron Hubbard. And there is a chapter that says flourish and prosper. The whole chapter always makes me cry. Always, but I'm only going to give you guys. Yes, it's so good. It's so good. I'm thinking about it. Okay, so, but we're only going to give you the definitions of flourish and prosper. Okay, what to do when shit happens? You flourish and prosper. So it says flourish, to be in a state of activity and production, expanding in influence, thriving, visibly doing well.
Visibly.
I am gonna cry.
I know.
My heart jumps.
Yes, it's so exhilarating to like, and when you sent this, you're crying.
Camera, please.
Guys,
It is really beautiful.
yeah, it is beautiful because we did get attacked. We don't bring this stuff onto the light because we don't want to shine the light on people that are
Stephanie,
just.
I'm gonna beat up somebody for you. Okay? Like this is like how I go. I'm like, who?
Yeah.
Do I need
did it?
This was my girl. Yeah.
Who did it?
So that's Flourish. You have to, there are things that we did, and because we know this, we started to do them, and then you reinforced it when you send it to us, and we're like, oh my God, this is what we did. We started to get in production. We created a new page. We expanded our influence. It got us closer as a group, I believe, because we were all like, you know what, we're all gonna post, we're gonna put attention on this, and we grew our influence. So we
Better
are,
follow us. If you're watching this,
go follow our new page.
make sure you follow us. Okay.
So we were expanding in influence, thriving, and we're visibly doing well, right?
That's right.
Definition of prosper, and then I'll ask you guys some questions. So prosper, to achieve economic success, succeeding at what one does.
Wow.
That is a definition of prosper.
Powerful.
Succeeding at what one does. So what are we doing here? We really want to communicate to the women out there, to every single human being. You know, our purpose is women, because we can relate to them. And we're going to succeed at what we're doing. There's no question about that. I have an incredible group of friends. We are all very, very strong people, and you just can't mess with this group. Like, it's just proven.
No.
So like Danny said, we come for you.
Yeah.
You know what's the
By flourishing and prospering.
Yeah, I do want to say something, because if you're out there have been attacked before, normally attacks don't come from people that you don't know. They come from people that you do know, people that have been in your circle. So it's okay. It's all right.
It hurts more.
All you have to do is handle whatever is happening at that moment, and then just flourish and prosper. Because that is the only way, seriously, the only way that you're just gonna go away from that. You go into this amazing state, and what is the other person going to do? They have to give up, pretty much. They have to give up because
They
it didn't
can't with you.
matter.
Yeah.
They can't
stop
handle
you.
that.
Yeah.
You know, whatever they tried to do, they were not successful at that. So you just continue flourishing and prosper. So it's okay. It's okay to be pissed off. I got you. Okay. It's okay to be sad. It's all right for a moment. It's okay, because you know those
You go through the emotions.
Those are the right emotions for those problems and those things that you do. But then right after that, that's
Get
it.
into production.
No more.
Yes.
You get to produce, and then you're gonna feel better anyway. So
Yeah.
100%.
By the way,
100%.
sorry. Go ahead.
I would say 100%, like production will increase your morale, it will
Happiness.
increase your happiness, it will increase everything. Like even if you're thinking a gazillion scenarios, once you just sit down and get into productions, all those scenarios kind of vanish, and then you start creating like your own plan and your own
And that
strategy.
applies to everything.
Every
Not when
single
someone
thing.
just attacks you.
Yeah,
Even just the
every-
gym, to
Yeah.
bring it back down to like the most basic thing.
Every
Once
area.
you start doing, you automatically just
Feel better.
starts growing. So if you apply that rule,
Yeah, just start with something. If you feel like you have 10 things, just grab one.
Yeah.
Boom, get into production.
You know, just
Do it.
making your bed.
Yeah.
Oh my
it's
God.
so good.
Truly, this is not related to what we're talking about, but I swear, doing that one thing,
I love
just
it.
the first thing, it gets you doing other things.
Yeah.
Seriously, I love it. Okay.
and I heard it makes you a millionaire or something like that.
There's a book.
Making
called,
your
like,
bed.
Making Your
I've
Bed by
listened to
a
it.
General.
It's like it's a general
like a
sergeant
general
or something.
We'll let you know what that is.
Anyway,
I do want to tell you guys something. All of the things that we're telling you, we were not born with this knowledge that,
Yeah.
or this wisdom that we're telling you. We always improve ourselves. We do a lot of courses, and you're going to find all of the courses that we do about this, about flourishing and prosper, about the way to happiness, about the things that we're telling you. We weren't born like this, just so you know. We're normal people, just like you. So all you have to do is just click on our links to make sure that you learn more about us.
Yes, I love that. And speaking of that, we were not like this before. Maybe let's share very quickly a time where you didn't flourish and prosper, and the consequences of that when you had an attack, when somebody said, because an attack, you can feel it. It like, it hurts. And it makes you feel small, squashed. It makes you feel like you cannot do something about it. That is called suppression, right? So when you have someone that is intentionally or unintentionally, because family members can do that, can have that effect on you sometimes. Do you guys have a quick time where you didn't flourish and prosper, and then the consequences were probably...
I have one, and actually it's sad because it happened when I was very little. All I wanted to do was be a singer, very famous singer when I was little. And I remember sharing that with somebody, and that person told me that that was just a dream that would never come true, that I wasn't good enough, that I was never gonna make it like that. This is like a 9-year-old Daniela, you know?
Wow.
And you know, I agreed with that, and I stopped thinking of doing that. And at that time I had won like awards for singing and stuff like that. And imagine how terrible it is that I didn't have the Flourish and Prosper, like that idea. Because as like kids do this as well. This is not for just adults. Okay?
They know.
Kids know.
Yeah.
And I stopped doing that, and I stopped singing for a long time, and then I stopped believing that I could ever be famous, you know?
Wow.
And that was a very big failed purpose in my life, and the consequences, I mean, like, my life could be very different right now if I would have continued on that path. Not that my life is bad at all. My life is pretty good right now.
You're famous now anyway.
but
And you can still sing.
But you know,
Yeah, no, I get it.
That thing, and I'm like, so it's not only just for adults. It's like, watch what you tell your kids.
Yeah.
You know, like when they tell you, like, I want to be an astronaut. I'm like, heck yeah.
That's awesome.
You want to, like, that's amazing. Like validating what people want. So that was for me. A big squash down thing.
Wow.
And what you said is really powerful. You agree with it?
I agree with it. Yeah, because if it would have been like, I don't care, good for you.
If you would have had some of the information that we have now, where a stable person, because even when somebody's 3-4 years old, sometimes we treat kids like they don't know, but when they know their purpose, it's just you gotta help them find it and encourage them to go for it.
And that's exactly right. Like when you're a kid, you're a sponge. You're just getting everything.
Yeah.
Right? So for me was school per se. Like all the teachers, all of them were like, "You're dumb. You cannot do this.
Oh my God.
You're this." And it was constantly. And even if I did something great, because I knew I knew I had talent, and I knew I was smart, and I could do a lot of things. But every time I did something right, they were like, "Who did that for you?"
What?
And I was like, "I did it myself." No, you didn't. They would do that. And then I also got I was 13 and I got bullied by girls who were like 16. So it was like the bullies from the girls where they were 16, the teachers, it was like that amount of suppression. And I didn't flourish and prosper. I was like, oh, you want me to fail? I'm going to fail harder, and I'm going to give you something to talk about. I don't know why I did that.
But it works.
Sometimes.
But I was like, okay, you give me the exam and I'll fall asleep on the exam just to piss you off. Like that was me. Like you say I'm okay, I'm going to, whatever it is, like get drunk at a party. I don't know why I was doing that. And now I realize like the effect that it had in my life and how I put myself at the effect of them and destroy like every opportunity of like succeeding or having confidence in myself or achieving all the things. And I know that I would have saved so much time and would have done things so much different if I wouldn't have that suppression. I don't regret it because it gave me some spice and some personality. I tell you, I really appreciate like going through hard times because now I'm extremely resilient. But it's like, it's very important, even like you said in school, like if you see that your daughter or your son is receiving this type of suppression, just take them out of that school and like put them in another school. And that's what my mom did at the end. I was like, Mom, you gotta take me out of this place. And she was like, yeah, I got you. You know, I got you. Yeah. They will call my mom and be like, hey, you have to do some tests in her head because she's not right. And my mom was like, what? And she would do all the tests and would go to school like, look at this, she's perfect. You know, that was the amount of like suppression. And it really hurt when I was like a young adult. But now I'm like, no, I can do everything because I overcame that, you know, and I was able to be resilient about it.
Flourish and prosper is the answer. And I remember the first time that I read the chapter on Flourish and Prosper, it communicated so well to what I was trying to do, which was be me freely, right? And I also knew that I was a good person. But I don't know why on this planet, a lot, and that's what happens to the haters or to the people that start attacking others, is that they think that that's just a way to survive. And it's not, right? Everybody has to like attack. No, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do this. Like, I need to be first, or you can't be better. When I read Flourish and Prosper, I was like, there's hope. One, for me, because I would be honest, I was selfishly looking that. I was being selfish. Yeah. How do you say it? I was being a little selfish because I was looking for an answer for just myself. I wanted to get myself on a better shape. And then that's how it starts. And for me, it started like that. I was like, I just want something for me. What can I get out of this? So I read it, cried, because it communicated to, wow, I'm a good person, and others are good too. Maybe this girl wants to open up a business that I don't agree with, but she wants to flourish and prosper in that. I don't need to go attack her. I don't need to go and make her my enemy unless the business that she's opening will harm families, women, children, or men. Then those people are my enemy, you know, people that are intentionally wanting to harm the family unit, the kids, the women. You're my enemy, and it's a very known thing. Like, I don't have to hide it. But I'm going to flourish and prosper. I'm not going to go and I'm going to fight you, and I'm going to like make you feel whatever, because that's not going to do anything. I'm going to go and flourish and prosper. So I think we did that very well. Good job. Woo!
Validate something that you say, because in the process, all of us, we are working in ourselves. We are focused on how can we be better, and that's my life all the time, because I wasn't conformed what I was or how I was like, what I need to be better, and that focus is where the barriers start to come, and the haters start to come, that you don't even see them because you're focused, and that's what happened now. We're focused, but we have purpose, and that mission bring the haters, and with this technology give us the power to solve the problem and keep doing, and you know, over the barriers.
Oh my gosh, we're gonna wrap it up. Thank you guys so much. We did great. We have a new Instagram account, as you all know now. It's The Real Women Show. Go give us a follow. We definitely want to grow. We want to expand, and we want to bring you guys along the journey. So thank you for being here with us today. We are The Real Women Show. We bring you realness and show. If you don't want to be a victim when shit happens and you want to flourish and prosper, check out the link below. And as always, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. See you on the next one. Bye.